What if I told you that one of the most profitable factories in the world doesn't have smokestacks, doesn't have hundreds of workers, and doesn't even take up more space than a small bedroom? What if I told you that right now, somewhere in the world, tiny machines sitting quietly on a desk are producing parts that end up inside watches worth more than a car, sometimes more than a house? How can something so small generate such massive value? Today, we're stepping inside one of the smallest factories on Earth, a desktop CNC watch parts factory, where precision is currency, silence is power, and microns decide millions. This is not a story about mass production. This is a story about precision, patience, and profit. When most people imagine a factory, they think of noise, sparks flying, conveyor belts stretching endlessly, dozens, maybe hundreds of workers moving in sync. But this place is different. You open a plain door. No sign, no logo, just a quiet room about 10 by 10 feet. Inside, there are no giant machines, no forklifts, no steel beams. Instead, there's a desk. On that desk sit 2 or 3 compact machines, each about the size of a microwave. Their lights glow softly. You hear a low hum. That's it. Yet every few minutes, one of these machines finishes cutting a part so precise that even a human hair would look thick next to its tolerances. This is a desktop CNC milling machine, and it's the heart of a factory that can quietly generate massive profits. The world of luxury watches is built on obsession. Obsession with accuracy, with symmetry, with perfection that the human eye can't always see, but the human mind somehow feels. Inside every luxury mechanical watch are dozens, sometimes hundreds of tiny components. Gears, bridges, screws, wheels. Each one must fit perfectly. Each one must move with almost no resistance. Each one must last decades. And this is where the smallest factory in the world comes in. The process starts on a computer, not on the factory floor. A designer opens CAD software and begins drawing a single component. Maybe it's a gear smaller than a coin. Maybe it's a bridge that will support part of the movement. Every curve, every hole, every angle is designed down to microns. Once the design is finished, it's sent to the CNC machine. A small block of metal is placed inside the machine. Brass, stainless steel, titanium, sometimes even precious metals. The door closes. The door closes. The machine begins to move. A cutting tool spins at incredible speed, carving away material layer by layer. Slowly, precisely, patiently. This is not fast manufacturing. Speed is the enemy here. Precision is everything. A single part can take minutes, sometimes hours, to complete. But when it's done, it's perfect. So perfect that if it's even a fraction of a millimeter off, it's thrown away. There's no forgiveness in this factory. Once the raw part is finished, it doesn't go straight to a customer. It goes to inspection. Under a microscope, the part is examined from every angle. Edges, holes, surfaces, anything imperfect is rejected. Only the best survive. Then comes polishing and finishing. Tiny machines smooth the surface. Sometimes it's done by hand, sometimes by automated tools. The goal is to reduce friction, improve durability, and give the part that signature luxury feel. After finishing, the part is cleaned, dried, and carefully placed into small trays. Each tray may contain dozens of parts worth thousands of dollars combined. And here's the shocking part. The person running this entire operation might be just one person. One operator can oversee multiple machines. They load materials, monitor progress, inspect parts, and package finished components. No assembly line. No massive workforce, just one room, one desk, a few machines. So how does this tiny setup make massive profits? Because in luxury manufacturing, you're not paid for how much material you use. You're paid for how precise you are. A tiny metal gear might cost $1 or $2 in raw material. But if it meets the exact specifications of a luxury watch brand, it can sell for $20, $50, even $100 per piece. Multiply that by thousands of parts per month. Now subtract overhead. No massive rent. No huge electricity bills. No army of workers. No logistics nightmare. Just machines running quietly, sometimes even overnight. This is how the smallest factories win. Luxury watch brands don't want to manage dozens of micro components themselves. They outsource. They rely on specialists. Micro factories that can deliver perfection on demand. And these micro factories thrive because they focus on one thing, doing a very small task better than anyone else. There's also another secret advantage: consistency. Once a CNC machine is calibrated, it can produce the same part again and again with almost zero variation. Human hands can't compete with that level of repeatability. This consistency is gold in watchmaking. One defective part can ruin an entire movement. That's why these tiny factories are trusted with some of the most critical components. And while the world focuses on flashy brands and famous logos, these factories stay invisible. No marketing, no public tours, no recognition, just quiet profits. What makes this even more fascinating is how scalable it is. You don't need to build a new factory to grow. You don't need to buy land or expand buildings. You just add another machine, another desk, another silent worker made of steel and code. Some of these micro factories start in garages, some in spare rooms, some in rented offices. Over time, they build relationships with brands. Trust is everything. Once a brand trusts your precision, they don't leave. And that's how something so small becomes so powerful. This is the future of manufacturing. Not bigger, smarter, not louder, more precise. The smallest factory in the world doesn't compete with giants. It outperforms them where it matters. So next time you see a luxury watch on someone's wrist, remember this. Behind the polished case and elegant dial, behind the brand name and the price tag, there's a tiny room somewhere in the world. A quiet desk, a humming machine, and a factory so small, yet so profitable, that it redefines what manufacturing really means. If this video changed how you think about factories, hit the like button so more people can discover stories like this. Subscribe if you want to explore the hidden worlds behind everyday objects, the factories, machines, and systems nobody talks about. And comment below, would you rather own a massive factory or a tiny one that quietly prints money? I'll see you in the next one.